Got it locked on Roadium Radio.
Due to circumstances beyond anyone's control, Dr. Dre is in the motherfucking house. So right about now, and I say, yo Steve, are you with me? ICE, are you with me?
Here's a little something about a nigga like me that never should've let me buy tape from Steve. Ice Cube would like to play dope shit mixed by Dr. Dre. And since I was a youth, I like Compton. Now I like the motherfucking Roadium. Buying a tape or two, that's what the hell I do. You don't like Tony A? Well, fuck you, this is a game, and I'm in it. Ice Cube will fuck you up in a minute with a right, left, right, making you sick. And then you see Tony A is on the mix.
Tony A! Tony A! When you're ready, go.
Welcome back, everyone, to Roadium Radio episode 305. And if you guys didn't know that, that's Miami's area code, and you're going to find out why in just a moment. If you guys didn't get a chance to check out News and Norbies, definitely check it out. A lot of people told us that that was probably our funniest one. And you know, the funny thing is, I didn't even drink for that one. And usually you guys say, Tony's not funny unless he drinks. I like drunk Tony, but I don't like to get drunk. I don't mind getting buzzed every once in a while, but definitely check that out. We definitely talked about the submarine. We talked about the Titanic. We talked about Mel Gibson's new docuseries coming out. We talked about The Cage. I'm not going to get into that, but definitely check that one out, okay? And before that, Norbert, what did we have before that? I think we had Marvelous. Okay. Maito. Definitely check out Maito. Maito, he's a little big man. I think he's probably like 3 feet. But he's got balls the size of an elephant. So you definitely got to check that out. Oh, and tomorrow I got some special. I'm trying to do something different, okay? I'm trying to brighten up your guys' lunch. So tomorrow at 12 noon, mark this down. Tomorrow at 12 noon, I'm going live with Marvelous. We're going to have a conversation here. We're trying to do something different. I'm always trying to revamp the show. I'm always trying to make it exciting. Some of you guys might get upset because you guys will be working. It doesn't matter. You guys will be at lunch at 12 o'clock, okay? And some of you guys don't even have a job, okay? So make sure you guys tune in. Or go to the bathroom. Your supervisor's not going to be looking for you. At least you'll be able to take a dookie for about 30 minutes and watch us. But other than that, 12 o'clock, Marvelous, okay? Other than that, if I got to remember or about another announcement, I'll say it during the show. But without further ado, I got a very special guest that I want you guys to follow and to support. You know what? I'll let her tell her story because she can tell it better than me. So without further ado, once again, Ceci B in the building. How you doing today?
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so grateful that you took the time to have me here.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. You know what? I know we have some mutual friends. You did some songs with Little Rob. You did some songs with B-Real, but we're eventually going to get into that.
Yeah.
Okay. Today is Wednesday. Let's back up till Friday. How has your weekend been?
Pretty good. My life is very normal, just with my babies and hanging out, working on music, and just spending time with the family, getting out, supposedly working out, pero just walking. Just walking, getting
cardio.
Some cardio.
Yeah.
Just trying to stay positive and motivated and all that good stuff.
Now, I warned you, in case you hear some explosions,
don't worry about it.
They're going to be popping some fireworks.
Yeah,
okay?
do it.
So pretty much the family life when you work on music is when you have the time. When you work on music, is it usually from home? Like, do you have your own setup?
Yes. So I have my setup at home, and usually it's when the babies are asleep. Then I go into my studio that I have at home, and I'll record the vocals from there. But to write, I actually write in the car, which is really like, I have to just go somewhere. I don't care if I'm a block away, but like, really? I have to be in the car writing, and I can write most of my songs I've written in the car. It's so crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I feel like no one can hear me, and then I put it out for everyone to hear me. So I don't know.
Well, it's better than the toilet, because most rappers have told me it's when I'm sitting in the toilet.
I have heard that too, that in the bathroom. But, you know, to each his own. Whatever works for you guys, you know? Like, I'm not hating on any which way. Some people can, like, really write in the studio, and I can too, but I still prefer to write in the car. And unless I'm, like, collaborating with someone, we're, like, bouncing ideas back and forth. But, you know, with music licensing, it's mostly, like, they send me the beat, and then I write in the car, and then I record it when the kids are sleeping, all the way another side of the compound.
now, you know what? I look forward to summer so much, but so far June has been so whack because it's been so gloomy.
That was weird. Yeah, June gloom.
Yeah. Okay, but
you want it to be done.
Yes, I want it to be done. I'm a Chicano when it comes to that. Like, I want the sun.
Yeah.
I want to go to the beach. We've been waiting.
I mean, why do we pay so many taxes and so expensive to live here if we're not going to get the sun? Right? Like, if it doesn't feel like July.
If it doesn't feel like July. So, yes, exactly.
You know?
Okay, so now let me ask you this. Now, where originally are you from? Like, where did you grow up at?
So I grew up in Orange County. My parents are from Jacona, Michoacan. And
both of them?
Both of them. Yeah. They
and repeat that again?
Jacona, Michoacan.
Jacona,
Michoacan.
I've never heard that. I heard Michoacan, of course, but the other one, no.
Yeah, it's like we land in Guadalajara and then drive for 3 hours. I don't know if it's different now, if they have a different airport, but when I was little, that's the way it was. And so they're, you know, here when they're 19, 20, around there, and then started a family here. And so me and my sisters were born here, and you know, really nice family area, you know, everything. And then I wanted to work on music, so then I started coming to LA all the time.
Okay. Now, big family. I heard you mention sisters. Any brothers?
No brothers, sisters. I'm the middle.
All girls.
I was one of the
Did you ever want a brother? You never thought about it?
Like, I never really thought about it. Like, I was like, you know, I thought, you know what I did think is, like, if I had a brother, he would, like, give, like, whatever boy I was talking to, like, a hard time. Because my dad was super already strict.
We all do.
Yeah, so my dad was already, like, super, like, you know, we had one phone, one TV. It was just like everything you're gonna do in the living room. If you want to go to your room, you can write a song if you want to. Like, but you're not gonna be in there like watching whatever you want to watch on the phone with whoever you want to be on the phone with. So, I didn't need a brother to be in the mix either. So yeah.
Okay. you know, it's funny because my sister's husband, my brother-in-law, he has one story about me. He says, when you were a little kid and I came to meet your sister, instead of saying hello to me, I remember I had like a BB gun rifle and I put dirt in it. I was maybe like 6 years old and I cocked it back. And when he said hello, I shot at him and dirt hit his face.
Oh my gosh. Que bueno que no había una piedrita.
Yeah, exactly. So that's his memory of me. And he goes, after that, I never liked you. And I was like, I didn't like you either.
Yeah, so, like the feeling was mutual, bro. Yeah.
So, okay. So now, do any of your other sisters sing as well, or is it just you?
Yeah, my younger sister actually can outsing me any day. She has an amazing voice. She's actually on a lot of my projects, a lot of my songs. She just didn't want it as a career, you know, and I don't blame her. She saw me go through a lot, you know, and so she was just like, yeah, that's for you. If you need background vocals, that's fine. But she has that 90s R&B voice, very beautiful. And I always tell her, I'm like, please let me like put you out. She'll get on some songs with me and stuff like that, but she was like, I don't want to do anything with the business side of the music, you know, and you know, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody at all.
Now, what part of Orange County would you say you grew up in? Would it be Santa Ana? Would it be Garden Grove? Would it be?
No, more south. So I'm right in between San Diego and Los Angeles. So like 949.
Okay, no, that's where you grew up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like a little town. It's a little town. Like, nobody would know about it. Like, when you say San Juan, people are like, oh, Puerto Rico. And you're like, no, actually, like, Orange County.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, it was a small town.
Did you play any sports growing up?
I tried because I had a boyfriend that played soccer, and I tried, and I was so bad. I was so bad. I was just so bad. I was like, I'm just going to stick to music.
Now, you said you had a boyfriend. Your father actually allowed that?
It was the same boyfriend for damn near forever. Like, it was like a high school sweetheart, like from middle school all the way to graduation. Like, you know, like.
Okay.
So it was like, I'm a relationship person. So I was like, if I like you and we're happy, I'm gonna stay here. You know?
Yeah, we're good.
So yeah, so he played soccer, and then I was like, oh, I should try playing soccer. No, it did not work out for me.
Okay. What about any instrument? You play any musical instruments?
Yeah, I mean, here and there, at the school, how they have you like play the violin and then the piano for a while and stuff like that. I never really dove deep enough to say I play the piano or I play the guitar, but I can mess around with it and I can show you what I want. I know if I want it differently, like the beat and stuff like that, but I don't consider myself like a musician in that form.
Okay.
Just being real.
Now, growing up in a Mexican home with your mother and your father, what type of music would you say that they played as you were growing up? Was it always all Spanish music?
All Spanish. Yeah.
Okay.
All Spanish. Rancheras, norteñas, we're talking Beatriz Adriana, Ana Gabriel. Like my mom would sing. My mom has such a good voice and she would sing always around the house, cleaning or doing, whatever. And like, just Spanish music. And I always thought that I would go into Spanish music, honestly, because that's when I first started performing as like a little kid. Like I remember seeing, it was like a show like on TV. I don't even know. It was like Música del Pueblo or something like that. And it's like, tú tienes talento, tú tienes, llama este número. And I was like, oh my God, and I called and this was like way back in the day. And it ended up being Lupillo Rivera's family.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That had like, in Huntington Park.
I believe so, yeah.
They had like a setup there where they would do a show. The dad was like a singer, and so that was like my first interaction with TV. Like it was the Spanish music, and I sang a song from Límite. I don't know if you're familiar with the group, but it's like Límite. It's like banda. Yeah, and so like she's like a güerita that sings with like a band behind her, una banda. And so I thought I would go into that, but I didn't.
Now, was Spanish your first language at home?
Yes.
Yeah, it was same for me.
Yes.
Even though later on, I started just talking English because a lot of my Mexican friends didn't speak Spanish. Yeah. So I started getting bad at Spanish and got better in English. But at home, we weren't allowed to speak English.
Okay. Well, I went to English classes with my mom. So my mom went to English class and she would like take me with her like as a little kid.
Really?
So I would hear English and then she had an English tutor. And so I would hear like her, practicing, and that's how I learned. Cause when I went to preschool, I was like, no, mami, no me dejes, yo no me quiero ir, all that stuff.
Right.
I just didn't even, English wasn't in my, no, not yet.
Yeah, you weren't thinking about it here.
No, I wasn't thinking about it. And now I just think in English and then I got to translate that and then I got to say it in Spanish. And it's so like sad because, there's like that meme, like when you forget to teach your kids Spanish and then they're
right.
Like they're like the kids are singing Spanish, like all weird.
Right.
Like those are my kids. You know what I mean? Like those are my kids, like just singing Spanish super weird.
Okay. And so you grew up all Spanish music as far as listening to Spanish at home.
Yeah.
When were you allowed to even listen to English music?
Yeah, I was allowed, but I just didn't. I heard my older sister listening to like TLC, Salt and Pepper, and that's why I started like popping my ear and like, what's this? You know? Yeah. And like, I mean, I obviously, I reference back to like middle school and stuff when I would listen to like Little Rob, like I had it on a cassette tape.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm like really dating myself right now. Yeah, but I had it on a cassette tape. So like I was like, I got into hip hop maybe middle school, I want to say.
Okay.
Listening to my sister listen to it.
So that's how you got introduced to hip hop.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like later on. First it was just rancheras, which I love.
Now, okay, how do I ask this? Because you're not a rapper. Or do you? Because I know you do sing. I heard your stuff, but have you ever tried to rap before? Like as far as like, I'm going to try and write a song? Because the songs that I heard from you are all predominantly singing. So it's a mix.
Okay. It's like chanting. It's like singing and rapping. I mean, here's the thing. Like so when I write, I'm always like, what is the beat telling me like to write?
Okay.
Like, what is it giving me?
Okay.
If it's giving me something that is like, more melodic, which I love, that's what I'm going to do. And it feels more natural to me, honestly, than just straight rapping or just straight singing. It feels natural for me to have this melodic and then like intertwine the English and Spanish.
Okay.
Like, that's just what feels good to me.
Okay. So, now, if somebody were to ask you, so do you sing, or do you consider yourself a singer? Do you consider yourself a rapper, or would you say both?
Both. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I just learned something because the songs that I heard it was just predominantly singing.
Yeah, well, because when I got in the industry, you gotta remember, like, I was just doing hooks for people. So,
Right.
I mean, rappers, like back in the day, like let's say, like Wicked Minds, like different rappers, they wanted hooks that were like singy songy. So like I just got on there, and then they asked me, would you be open to like try to rap a verse? And I was like, yeah, I mean, sure. And so I tried it, and I was like, oh, I feel so cool. So it was like an alter ego type of thing.
Okay.
Like where it was like when I write and when I've worked on music, it's always been singing in English and Spanish. But then when I would rap, it would feel like someone else took over, and she'd be super brave and super out there and super like extrovert, versus like middle child, like want to be a singer. Like it just felt like Ceci B, versus just Cecy, which is how I feel every day.
Now, at what point, if we can back up a little bit, about how old were you when you decided to take this career, if you will, singing / rap seriously? Were you still in high school? Was it after high school?
I was right after high school.
Okay.
So right after high school is like basically like at the last year of high school, I want to say. It's like when I got a job, I got a car, I got my little Nokia cell phone, and I was able to move, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Go around, yeah.
Right.
So I was able to go to the shows because we got to remember, like, and I know that but like, just to remind like anyone that's like born in the 90s, before you had to go outside.
You had to go outside, yeah.
You had to go outside. Like that, I don't know how else to say it really. Like if you wanted to be part of the music scene or part of the, what's now like the culture or whatever. If you wanted to be part of any of that, you had to actually show up.
You had to go network.
You had to go network. You had to go to the club. I mean, sometimes I would only sing a hook or something, but I would drive an hour to Los Angeles to go sing that hook in hopes that I could meet the promoter so that I could tell him, give him my CD, tell him like, hey, I have a song. I would leave, put flyers in all the cars. You know what I mean? Like it was just a different. It's just like it's just a different stamina, Yeah. Than now, and now is complicated too because it's you have like so many people giving you your opinions online. So I don't think that either which way is easier or harder. I think it's just different.
Right.
But I think back then it was like more like you had to go meet the people. Like I remember going to a show. I was like in the middle of nowhere, and I met like Sunny Blue with Smooth Hustle and all them. And I just started getting in the studio with them. They were like, we have a studio here, around the way, and like, let's start working. And so then I just started showing up to the studio, like doing hooks, doing whatever they would let me get on,
Right.
Or like a verse if they let, it was just kind of like, it was their game. And I was just like there, like hoping to get on the hooks and hoping to like get a verse in there. Or sometimes they'd be like, oh, look, this beat, you could do whatever you want with that one, So that was like dope.
Okay.
So yeah, but you had to go out and meet those people.
Okay. Now, let's dig a little bit deeper. So you're out of high school, you got your car, you got your cell phone, you start going out. So was that the first group that you connected with to start recording? Like how did you get in, if you will, like, when was your first recording? I guess that's what
literally?
Yes, literally.
Oh, no, literally it was at my house. Like it was like una lámpara, like a lámpara. I took out the bulb, I put in a microphone, and I just had my PC and I just was recording. I was like, shh, everybody be quiet, I'm recording, you know? So at home. But that was like the very, very early stages of like just knowing like what my voice sounded like back to me. You know what I mean?
Now here's my next question. I'm glad you said that. So now you play it back, what you recorded. Did you like what you heard?
I loved it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's why I asked.
Because most people don't.
They don't.
Yeah.
You're right. They don't.
Most people don't. But I remember I had done like the TV show and I had like been singing, and my dad would have the camcorder, like this big of a camcorder, and would like record, and I would hear it back and I'd be like, I like my voice. You know what I mean? Like, like I was like a little girl, and being the middle child, you're like, you want to shine somehow, so you're like, I like the way it sounds,
Okay.
So
now you brought something up. You mentioned the TV show.
Yeah.
How old were you when that happened?
Maybe my parents drove me. So I was like 14 or 15. Like I got the number. My parents were like, where are we going again? Like,
okay. Walk us through it.
Yeah. Okay. So I literally was watching the TV and it was like Spanish music. My parents would always have Spanish music on the TV. And then I
called that
believe it was
number.
Lupio Rivera's dad.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on that. But I think it was his dad that was like, you know, aquí en Música del Pueblo, like we support artists. If you can sing, call us at this number. So I ran super quick and like wrote it down. This is like so old school, right? Like
Right.
you write it down. And then I got and I remember it was like a long distance call. You know what I mean? Like it was like
It wasn't free.
No, it wasn't free. Me costó. So, a mi papá le costó. But anyways, I was like, all right. So I was like, oh, you know, yo canto and da 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 da. You know, like, and I want to sing there. And like, okay, I don't even know like how it actually really happened. They're like, this day we're having like people that are listeners come and sing if you want to come that day. So I went, I sang, and they're like, okay, we're going to put you on the show. And it's like here, like right now, you know? And I was like, what? It's like, I just sang a cappella to them, you know?
Right.
And then, so yeah, I took my little pista, my little CD, you know? And Lupio Rivera was in the audience. And I didn't know that it was Lupio Rivera. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know. Like, I just was so young. I didn't know, like, and then, so yeah, then I sang there and it was really cool. Like, I don't know if you remember, there was another singer there, Yolanda Perez.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I remember her, she was just like a star, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's amazing. And then, I didn't meet Jenny Rivera, you know, rest in peace, but I was like, you know, just, it was an experience. And it was like my first little peek into like TV and everything. And how
Right.
that worked.
Okay. Now, how did that feel singing in front of an audience? Did you feel like I belong here? Did you feel like this was my calling right here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I loved it. When cause I did like all the talent shows, all the, like the little neighborhood, like Mother's Day parades and like different, like there's a restaurant, El Campeón in San Juan Capistrano, and they had like little parties like in their parking lot. I would be like, can I just sing one song, and then that would turn into like 3 or 4. Like I always wanted to sing, and now I'm like, oh my god, like I was a brave little girl.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you were what I would call a go-getter. You wanted to go get this.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And you know what? I see that. It's so crazy. I see that in my daughter. And I'm not a stage mom, so before I get called out on that, but she was like, I want to do that talent show, and I'm like, okay. I try to stay calm. I'm like, well, what would you like to do for the talent show? And she's like, I want to sing. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Like, let's get your song together and let's do it. Inside, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But I'm like, you know, in the back too, I'm also like, this is horrible because I know how horrible this industry is.
No,
you know?
it's very,
Sorry,
very true.
not to like put negative things out there, but just how crazy, especially in those times, in those tender years, like being so young and so impressionable, like being so lost, like just being so lost in the sauce, you know?
You know what? No, but I'm glad. I don't think it's negative. I think that I'm glad you're putting it out there simply because I've seen it for a long time. And I've said this before on other episodes. I believe that there's a lot of women in this industry that really got the bad end of the stick, if you will. Okay. Because I've seen girls in the studio working with very well-known producers. And I'm just going to give it to you from the gut, okay? If they weren't putting out...
Oh, no, you're in it for the scenic route because you're going to take a long time.
Yeah.
You're going to take a long time.
Yeah. And I've seen girls that were trying to take the easy route, you know. There's a quote, and they say it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know if he said it, but that's what they give him the credit. They said sometimes there's no elevator to success. Sometimes you have to take the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
Many people want the elevator. Okay.
No, and it's like a wraparound stair situation. It's not like it's like the Norteas. Like it is very true, and unfortunately, that is very true for a lot of young females like that are trying to get in the business. And so maybe now it's different because there's more knowledge out there, like at your fingertips. But before, it was like. There was so many gatekeepers for everything.
Yes.
And so it was like to get a show, to get any kind of thing, it was like who do you have to get through to, and if you weren't willing to do what you had to do to get through, you would be looked over. And many times I was looked over. And I mean, in hindsight, that's great. Like that's great and I feel good about that. But in that moment, you don't understand. You're like, why? And like I told you, I've always been in a relationship, so I've always been in a relationship. So it wasn't something that it was like, hey, like what's up? You know, like it wasn't like that. It was just like, I love singing. I want to sing. I want to perform. I want to like get on this. So it was a different approach. Like, I definitely paid the price for that in different ways. Like, you know, being looked over.
Well, you know what? And the thing is, I've known women that paid that easy price, and other women that were looked over but are now successful because they kept their integrity.
That's awesome.
You know, and I applaud them. I actually interviewed some of them here. The other ones I won't. But even just to become a lowrider car show, even to become go on a cover of a magazine or whatever, they just did the most, whatever they could. And I was just like, it isn't worth it. Yeah. It isn't worth it.
No, I did Cruising TV back in the day. Do you remember that show, Cruising TV on LA TV? I would talk to people about their cars. I don't know how I got, like, I auditioned for it and I got it, but it was like an actual audition, like with Cruising TV, LA TV did it. I didn't know anything about cars, but like I did see that, also that culture there too. Yeah. It was very connected and similar to what I had seen in the music and the rap, hip hop, whatever. You know, I don't know if it's any different. You know, my parents back then were like, if you would have gone into Spanish music, maybe it would have been different. But I don't know if it would have. I don't know if it would have been different. I just know like that at that time in that space, it was so hard. It was so hard. And it kind of took away a little bit from the beauty of music.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And and it tainted it a little bit for me.
It did it for me too, because I always tell everyone that in 2002, it was a wrap for me. Like, I didn't want nothing to do with this industry.
Yeah, I remember you telling me. Yeah,
I didn't want anything to do with this. So I went out and got a damn job. I was making a living off of music. Yeah. But the business side is what, you know, because money changes everybody. As soon as the money starts coming in, you see the greed in motherfuckers. So, and when I saw the greed, like, for an example, and I'm going to give everybody watching an example. If you're a producer, DJ, and if you're helping somebody, this will happen. Met a guy, he was eating top ramen and Spam, had no furniture in his house. Mm-hmm. The guy was talented. He can rap. Mm-hmm. He can really, really rap. He had a baby on the way, okay? He had a bucket for a car. And I told him like this, look, bro, I DJ, I produce, I got my own studio, I'll pay for everything. I'll even shop it. I got some heavy hitters that can walk us through major labels. We're talking about 96, 97, 98. Mm-hmm. Are you willing to do this? But this is what I want. You don't have to put anything. All you need to do is be ready when I pick you up. And that's when I pick him up.
In your car, in your gas.
Yes.
Okay.
And just be ready to write.
Oh, wow.
Just be ready to write. Okay. We did about 10 songs. And I got some good features on his album. Mm-hmm. We had 2 record labels looking at us almost like about a year and a half into his album. This dude went behind mine, and I even got him a manager. Mine and my manager's back, went to the record labels to cut us out. I wasted a year and a half with this fucking lame, you know. So now you could say anything you want. You can curse here. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But
thanks.
But that's the way I feel. And like, wow, you know what? And let me tell you something. That happened to me several times. People that would say yes because when money starts coming around, everybody changes. Mm-hmm. This guy went from having nothing to now you're about to get $240,000 advance. So now he's thinking, how can I cut him out?
Damn. You know, I'm so sorry that you went through that situation, but don't you think like money, okay, like not changes, maybe changes, but also just kind of reveals who like elevate, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like who you really are, like to the core. Like, because I feel like si tienes, like, if you've been through some and then you come across success,
yes,
you may act you may change, but really it may just be like your core just coming out like to the surface.
It's really there, and that's who he's been hiding.
Right, so that's who he was, and I don't know this person, so I'm not saying names either, but I'm just saying, like, that's who you were when you didn't have anything, and it just came out to light. So that's how I kind of see That's kind of how I see things. Like, but yes, you're right. People do change, but they just change because you didn't see who they really were before.
Right. I'll give another example, and just so people can learn what people like me and possibly people like you have gone through. Another guy had nothing going for himself, nothing. Never had a hit record, never had anything, but the guy can rap. And I said, bro, I think we can do something. I'll provide everything. I just need you to show up. Yes, man. Introduce me to his parents, introduce me to everybody, to his girl, everything. Okay. I knew some promoters that when I played him, this is how long ago, his cassette, they loved it. And they said, this guy's going to be somebody. And I said, I know. I know this guy's a diamond. Okay. To begin, they started offering them $2,000 a show. Keep in mind, with doing his record, I was already $8,000 in the hole.
Oh, wow.
And nothing ever came out of him.
Right.
So I asked him, here's all I want for right now until we get signed. I want half of your shows.
Yeah, like just start chipping away that 8,000.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, I'm going to put together the show tape. I'm going to put together the turntables. I'm going to get the shows ready. I'm pretty much being your road manager. And he told me no. That's my money.
Damn.
That's what he told me. He goes, they want me. They don't want you. That's what he said. And then
Ay.
he tried to X me out and contact with those promoters.
And they were like, no.
No.
Yeah, and they're like, no.
And it was a wrap.
Because you know what? That's the thing is like when you kind of have proven yourself to like come through on your word.
Yes.
I feel like people will be more loyal to like, okay, so for instance, when I first got into music licensing, like all my songs, like the person, like the first, I want to say 10 songs that I got licensed, I paid a finder's fee, like a percentage to the person that introduced me to the company, to the license. You know what I mean? Like it was like, look, just get me in there. I need something that I can do from home. Like, and you know, and they basically just took a percentage off the top of those songs. And then, you know what I mean? So like the thing is, people will look out. Like I wasn't going to ever go around him and like, you know what I mean? Try to, but I was just like, connect us. And then you get something, I get something.
Right. You weren't going to jack him for his connection.
And we both eat. Okay.
Right.
It may not be, you know, gourmet right away, but hey, it's all good. You know, like let's sit at this table. So yeah, I mean, you go through that, you know, in the business, and maybe even when I was younger, you know, maybe there was like opportunities missed because I just didn't. I've never been like number one. That's never been like, I don't know how to say it. Like it really has been because I love music, which sucks. You know? Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's easier for people that are like, yo, just want to get this money. Okay, well then just follow A, B, C. You can get that money then.
Yes.
But when your heart and your emotion and your passion is in this thing, and you get wrapped up into like, oh man, I believe in that person. Like, like my producer right now, shout out Chavs, man. Oh, like I believe in him. So like I like, you know what I mean? I'll go to bat for him and be like, hey, like let's try to get him on the compilation. Let's try to get him on. Is there any artist that can work on his music? I send his beats out. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, I mean, and give and take. That's it.
Okay. Now, okay. So you did that live TV show with the Rivera family. Okay, you knew that's what you wanted to do. So then you started recording yourself at home. Okay. Yeah. Now, what was the next move to get into the studio? Was it with that one group where you started singing the hooks?
Yeah. So I recorded like a few songs, and then but they were just like they were like not my instrumentals or anything.
Right,
you know, it was just like just whatever I could get my hands on.
Of course.
But then I started going to like it was back then it was like called like little underground hip hop shows.
Yes.
Like, you know, and I met somebody that made music, and that blew me away. I was like, oh my God, like you make the actual music, like in the back, like the producer.
Right, the instrumentals. Yeah.
Yeah. So it ended up that he lived really close by to where I was in Orange County. So me and my sister would go there, record some songs, and then I put it together in a CD. I printed out some pictures at Kinko's. I went online. I looked up record labels. I didn't know there was no independent. There was no there wasn't even MySpace back then. It was just like record labels. Like I just Googled that, and then like addresses came up. Obviously, you had the major labels, right? But then there was some that I didn't really recognize, and then some that like I looked in the back of the CDs. Like of the artists that I liked,
yes.
and I would like go down and look, and then I'd look up their name, and then I just send them all off, and I just put like pictures the CD, and then a little note. I said, like, thank you for like listening to this. Like, let me know, like, here's my phone number, you know. And then I got a call. And one of the first people that called me actually was rest in peace Rec from Wicked Minds.
Okay.
He was one of the first people that called me that was like, is this real? Like, I got this in my PO box. Like, are you like really an artist? Like, and you want to sing and you like, you know? And I was like, yeah. Is this really Wicked Minds? Yeah, you know, like I was like fanning out, and I was like, oh my god, like this is awesome. So he's like, yeah, I have this song if you want to sing on it. Like, I like your voice for it. So I was like, yes, a million times yes. And so that it just trickled like that. It was like a few. Obviously, I sent out like so many of them, and I think like only like 3 or 4 people hit me up. But it was like, for a hook or for this, and then that poquito, you know, you go into the studio, another artist is working on something, you see, you know, like, hey, like, you need a hook, yeah, you know, and that's always been my thing is like, I can write it super quick, I can record it, and I can walk away, because back then I didn't even know the business side of it. I wasn't worried about back then. Now it's a different story, but back then it was like, I didn't have a split sheet. I didn't have anything. Like, it was just like, there you go. Thank you so much for having me. And like, when you perform this, can I perform with you? It was very like, very innocent, very, very innocent. Of course. You know?
You know, you said you sent out a lot of CDs and you didn't get much of a response.
Right.
I do want to say this, okay? And in this business, one thing, many times it's who you know.
Oh,
because
yeah,
you could be the dopest rapper out there, and if you're trying to find a deal, if you don't know anybody, you're going to be the dopest rapper in the hood. That's all you're going to be. Okay.
And like, my hood was not a hood, so it was like, that would be really sad. They'd be like, get out of here, like, you know what I mean? Like, get out of Target trying to rap here.
So I say that to say this. Okay. Now this story really pissed me off. Okay,
what?
but it ends in a good. It has a good ending. Okay. Right. I sent out a DAT player. Are you familiar with the DAT players? Digital audio tapes. They look like those small little cassettes that you put on a recorder, a phone recorder, when you leave a hello. You have reached the Alvarez family, but nobody's here. So leave a message and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Is that like a recorder that you used to be like this? Like, hey,
it looks like those cassettes.
Like,
it looks like
I've
those.
seen them.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, it evolved from CD and then DAT players came out. Okay.
Oh.
So I would send out these DATs.
Okay.
And they contain all your music. And what they would do, every company had a DAT player. Press eject, put the little tape in there, press it, and it plays just like a cassette. Okay. This one lady called me from Atlantic Big Beat. That was the name of the record label.
Okay.
And she said, hi, is this Tony? And I was like, yes. And then he goes, so you produced this group? And I said, yes. And I'm shopping it. And then she was like, oh, it's pretty good for your first time out. She didn't know I had already had a major record deal.
Yeah, you're like, well, dang.
Yeah, and I just said, well, I think it's hella good. I said, I think it's really good. I said, I think that you should really listen to it. I listened to it. Maybe you should work a little bit on your beats. You know, the rappers need a little bit more practice.
Downplaying it a little.
Downplaying it, pretty much. And until I finally said, okay, and who are you exactly? She told me her name. I said, okay, cool, whatever. I called one of my friends. I'm not going to say their name, but this person is a bigwig. So I called this person. I said, this lady told me this. She goes, you know what? I don't know why you even talked to her. Did she call you? And I was like, yeah. He goes, that lady, he goes, it's a secretary to the dude you're trying to talk to.
The gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper.
Yeah, the gatekeeper.
And I was like, what the fuck? He goes, I'm going to have this guy call you right now. Okay. So he calls me. It's a guy by the name of Dave Moss. Most of you guys that know music know who Dave Moss is. He was the A&R of Atlantic Big Beat. He said, so you talked to so-and-so. Let's just say her name's Ceci. I go, yeah, I talked to Ceci. What did she tell you? She told me this. Okay, I'm going to listen, then I'm going to call you back. Next day, he called me back. He said, I want to sign you guys. I want to have a meeting with you guys. Now, he didn't sign me. I just produced this group. Okay. Right. He ended up signing them. We walked right next to that biatch. Yeah. You know, and I was just like, what the, like, so I shared that story because I truly believe that there are some people that listen to that music. No, and they're not even the ones in charge. And many of them have done this. Let me put this one to the side. Okay. Then they call you. I think I can get you signed. So now they go to the label. Hey, I got this girl. And it looks like it comes from them.
That did happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
See?
that did happen
See?
in one of those. One of those.
Yeah, one of those situations.
Yeah.
I feel my first documentary. We had a meeting with Netflix because again I have connections. I had a meeting with Amazon, and the lady said, "I'll sign it and I'll put it out here on Amazon Prime." But here's what she told me: I want producer's credit, and she didn't have shit to do with it. And I said, "Nah, I'm good." So we just released it independently. But those are the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
So-
Unfortunately, that's yeah. You're right. They're the gatekeepers. They're they also kind of maybe don't have the talent and like kind of look at the people that do have the talent and are trying to come up off of that, like as if they have talent. Like that's their talent. It's like who has talent? Okay, let me go.
Okay, let's talk about you dropping your very first single. Yours very first single. Walk us through that.
Oh my gosh, that was so long ago. Okay, so
because up to that point you sang hooks.
I only sang hooks. Yeah.
Now, didn't you get tired of that?
I love it.
Okay, but didn't you say like I want my own?
Oh yeah, well that's where that came from. It was like, well, are you doing anything with that beat? And then later on, you get a little frustrated too as an artist. Like you're like, I could do the whole song by myself, you know. And then you start doing it by yourself, and you're like, I really want a feature now. Yeah, and then so it's just you're never satisfied. But yeah, the first single that I actually had that like actually went out into the world was called "That's What's Up." And it was in 2004.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was
2004.
long ago. So I didn't have, a TikTok or anything to like make it go, So, yeah. And guess what my name was when I was my pretend publicist assistant? Cecy.
Damn.
Because I was like, if I accidentally say Cecy, then I'll be like, oh, Stacey. You know what I mean? Like, it'll just kind of sound like it.
Right.
So, like, I would call and, like, pitch myself, like, I just open up the book and are the same thing, like, be very resourceful, So, get online and start looking up some, the work doesn't scare me. So, I, like, just got to it. So, I did get, like, CTV, LATV. I don't know if any of these things are, like, around or if they're, like, anything to anyone watching this, but back in the day there was like TV shows and you'd go on there. I mean, now it's like all about podcasts, that's why thank you for having me. But back then it was like the TV shows and there was Gatekeepers and it was very like it was a hard time. So yes, I had that song and I just did every single talent show, every single city show, like in Maywood, like how they block off the streets and they have like Cinco de Mayo and they have
like a block party in a sense.
It was like a block party, yeah. So I would just line up for that, like anywhere and everywhere that they would have me. There was a nightclub called El Paral, like here in
sounds very familiar.
We're really close to it. I don't know. So like I went there and then they were like, oh, you can perform here every weekend. And I was like, well, guess what? I'm gonna perform here every weekend. Yeah, And so like literally, and then I was like, wait. Yeah, it was just like I was so excited to have like my own song out. So yeah, so I did that and then and
now what was the response though? The response that you got when you dropped it?
It was good because for that one I was rapping. And so it was like you see this like little like I'm like, hey, how are you guys? And then I get on there and I'm like, hey, and I start rapping and they're like, what the just happened? This is like back in the day, like there wasn't Nicki Minaj and like all these other rappers that are like, and I didn't even have to twerk if I, you know what I mean? Like I didn't have to, I was just rapping, and so yeah, I even if I had to, I don't know how, so that would have sucked, but
everything twerking's in today. Like that, but it's funny because
so asked out, no pun intended.
but you know what? Okay, here's the thing. Okay, I'm trying to remember the guy. He's a director. He thinks he's a director. He's done a lot of videos, and I interviewed him here, and I told him like this, bro. Every video you do, and I called him on it, okay, because I'm one that's just very, very forward. I'm confrontational. I can ask. So I said, look, bro. Okay, every video, this is you. There's a guy in front of a liquor store. He has a red cup, like he's drinking Hennessy. Has a low rider. He's blowing weed smoke at the camera. He's got fake money, and there's a girl twerking in slow motion. Every video you do is like that, bro. And he was like, well, because most people, they're most likely to see it if a girl's twerking than if a girl's not twerking. Now, I said this, bullshit. That's not true, bro. I know videos that have no girls and the guy's spitting bars. And I love it, bro. I love it. You think you're just appealing to a bunch of horny dudes. That's all you're trying to do, bro. You know, I'm not. I just don't get, but he goes, well, I get hired. And then I found out how much they paid him. They pay him pennies. So that's why he does everybody's video. So it's cool, whatever. But I'm not all for all that shit.
I don't know. Like, I have had my share of sexy music videos that I did, you know, but you know, I just think like you also have to have other things to back it up. Not like, again, no pun intended, bro. Like,
right.
You know, like you gotta like bring something else. Like, okay, then what? Okay, so you saw the red cup and the, you know, then what? Could you rap? Could you sing? Could you do something? So yeah, I think a lot of it is for, you know, people trying to just get out their attention or what they think people want. A lot of the times, bro, like you're in your head so much like, what did they want from me? Where you're like, stop. What do I want to do? Like, that's a question that is like, what do I want to do? Like, what would I really like out of that video? Or what would I really like out of this song? Versus what do I think that they want? So, and you get trapped. And a lot of us artists, we're insecure. We're, you know, we have like FOMO. We have like middle kid syndrome. We have these things. Like, even though they talk big and they have their shades and they're like, yeah, shit. Like they're like inside, they're like, you know, like I just want people to like my music. Or I really want people to really like pay me for this, you know, like so you know, one or the other, like you really love it or like you really just want to get paid. So yeah, I guess if twerking works for I mean, look, for some people it works.
That's cool.
Yeah, for some people it works. And even like you know, sometimes you're like, oh whoa, oh you're very talented, you know, that's really awesome.
Right.
Like you do that well.
right. You know, and my whole point with these artists is that, like, look, bro, yes, I like women, but I also want to like your song. You know, that you don't have to get somebody to twerk for me to like your song.
But it helps.
If it helps, then cool. But for me, I guess, yes.
They're like, they see it, they're like, yes. Yeah, there's that cup and there's that booty. Play.
We smoke and, you know, like this one guy, he shot a video and every scene, he's like, every scene. And I'm like, bro, I don't know if this is like a weed advertisement or is this actual music video? Like, you know, so.
I know, and I really hope it's got to be fake money. I would be so nervous. I'm so cheap. Like, if I threw them, I'd be like, everyone don't move. I need to pick up my money right now.
No, it's fake money.
Okay, yeah. You have to, right? It has to be
money.
fake if you're publicizing it. Okay, because like, all right, yeah.
And a lot of the jewelry that they wear is borrowed or fake.
Like, literally, like in Miami, people throw out money like it is tissues. Like, I think I'm even more careful about tissues. Like, I don't want to waste that box. Like, you know, like they're like just throwing it out, and I'm like, I will take that. So yeah, you know, like if you, like they would just throw it in the air. Like they have, like just, you know, I just don't get. It's like a whole thing I don't get because I'm like, no. Mm-mm.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about that. There was a point in your life where you moved to Miami.
Yes.
Okay, tell us why. Why did you end up moving to Miami out of all places?
Out of all places, right?
Yeah.
So I had gone out there for music and for shows and things like that. So I knew I loved Miami. I never knew that I would move to Miami. I did feel like really comfy in the city. Like I was like, this is really cool in South Beach. And it just felt like fresh. There were so many happy Latinos like moving around, dancing around. You know what I mean? Like
the vibe was there.
Yeah, the vibe. Yeah, it was really cool. But I started working with a producer out there, Architrax, and that's actually the producer that did Mexico and did About That with Be Real and all that. We'll get into that. But I started working with him and he's like, bro, it would be so much easier like if you lived here in Miami. And it was at a point where I was kind of tired of like singing the hooks, being in LA, like you said, you know what I mean? Like just not getting that much hometown love. And I was like, you know what? Like both my sisters had kids. You know, my mom at that time was sick because my mom had breast cancer at one point and she survived breast cancer. So after that was like, we could breathe,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta just go like try it out. Like, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna like see if it's for me. If it's for me, I'll start working out there. I can definitely bring something. And then when I went out there, so I moved there to work with one producer. That was literally who I had my eye on the prize. I was like,
right,
we are working, you know, and my manager, my husband, you know, he was like, let's go. He had family there. He's like, I'll go with you. It'll be fun. It'll be a new experience. I'm down for you. Like, let's go. You need to get you one of those. Like, that's down for you. Okay?
Yeah.
And so I went out there and I ended up really loving it. The vibe, the energy, the people. I also loved, not only did I love the city and the people and the culture and the food and the music and everything, but I also loved myself out there. I loved myself in a new, I wasn't trying so hard. Like I was new. I was new.
Right,
I was a new kid. Like I didn't have anything to prove. I didn't have anything. Like I was just there. And people didn't know me. You know, it was just kind of like, it wasn't like, oh, that's the one that sings the hooks or that's the one that, you know.
Right.
Which no shade to that. I love everyone that had me like on their songs, like singing for them. Like, please, like no shade. I will still do it. Like for some people, like for sure. But it was like no boundaries on what. And then I went over there and I was like, oh, you know, like Chicano rap. And they're like, come again? Like what? I'm like, Chicano rap. It's like a, like Mexican.
It's a genre.
It's a of hip hop, Mexicans and hip hop, and they're like, we don't have that here, Yeah. So I learned a bunch of other sounds and vibes and just way like of working, like.
And, if I may interject.
Yeah, of course.
Let me say this. I'm glad you saw that because I worked and talked to a lot of Chicano rappers that need to see the world outside of LA. Mm-hmm. They need to, because many times, many of these guys they want to be approved. They may say they won't, but they want to be approved and want to be the dude in LA. Mm-hmm. Bro, you gotta think outside. The world is bigger than the hood.
The world is so big.
Yes.
And it's not even just over there to Miami. Like at this point, when I went to Miami, I had already traveled, but then I was able to travel even more from Miami, like, because I felt like, it's so weird. Like when I was over there, I feel like a lot of people from LA showed me love. Like I was over there, like I recorded Mexico and like all that from over there.
Right.
I felt more in touch, like being away. Like, I guess like absence makes the heart grow fonder. Like it really does, because I don't know. I felt like I got more love because I was like, I'm going to visit LA from this day to this day. Like, let me know if, you want to like connect some way,
Right.
And it was like, I would get love. When I was just here all the time, it was like, yeah, we're good, or like, yeah,
right.
Maybe, or like cancel last minute or whatever, Not everyone, I had some really cool people, but, when I was over there, I just felt like more, I don't know. I just felt like I got more hometown love. And I say hometown LA because really that's where I really started my musical journey.
Right.
Like my professional musical journey.
Yeah.
And by this time, now we're talking, I was already 29. So now we're talking like almost a decade of being in LA. Do you know what I mean? So that was hometown love. And,
yeah.
So yeah, I really enjoyed my time out there, and just oh my gosh.
Now how long were you out there before you?
6 years.
And then what made you come back?
My kids.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted them to be close to my parents. I wanted them to be with my sister's kids, and
it was more of a family thing.
Yeah, and I just honestly, you know what I felt? I was like, I always in my heart knew when I was there, I was like, I love you, Miami, but I know I'm going home. I know I'm going home at some point. So I would rather do it while my kids are small versus switching them schools and all that, which there's nothing wrong with that. If you're a parent and you have to do what you have to do, you have to do it. But versus switching them later on, like my baby was 2 and 1, because I like 2 years old and 1 year old. And I was like, let's go. And it was it's so crazy because I had like, on my vision board, I had like, CALI, and it's so funny because like, it's just, you just really like bring it into your life, you know? Like I knew I wanted to come back home. I wanted to be with my family.
Yeah.
I was homesick, you know? And Miami was super fun when it was just me and my husband. Like not as fun when I was like alone at home. Like, I mean, he had his family there, but it's not the same as like having your mommy, you know? And I was like, and so that's basically what by Miami. And now we go and visit, but then we come back home, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you still keep in contact with that producer? Do you still work with him at all?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I still keep in contact with him. We still work. He actually is the one that produced Rosas, which is the single that came out before July, right before the single in July. Rosas. And then Chavs did Chicano. So yeah, I still work with him and he can still hit me up anytime. I hit him up for certain things, you know, and he's doing really well. And like from working with me and Be Real, they went on to work as well. Him and Be Real worked on other things. So just, you know, we all just kind of helped each other and stayed connected. I'm still connected with everybody.
How did that whole idea come together about you doing, I believe you did 2 songs with Be Real.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I still can't believe I got to pinch myself when I say that out loud.
Yeah. You know? How did that come together for you?
Thank you, Be Real. So I had done his podcast. Like I said, like one of the times that I was in Miami, I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna be here from this day to this day. And I reached out to a lot of people. So I did his podcast, but he was on tour when I came. And so we interviewed with his team, had a good time, you know, all that stuff. He listened to my music when he got back and he was like, bring her back. Like, I want to interview her. So then I came back. I showed him some music, you know, and he really liked one track in particular, which was produced by Architracks. And then he's like, I'm gonna jump on this, you know. And I was just like,
really?
I was like, oh my God, okay, yeah, let's do it, you know. Like he just, I don't know. He's always been like a really positive influence for me for music. Yes. Like he's never downplayed me. He's never just come at me side. Like he's just always been very like, this is good music. And at that time, he was coming out into his own for like being more of a solo artist, you know. Yeah. Not more, I shouldn't say more. I should say also being a solo artist, you know. And he said that he was what he told me was that he was excited that it was like a different sound for him, and that it was like not so much hip hop. It was like also like some turn up music, and like that when he would DJ, like he would play this kind of music, and so he was like grateful. I was like, what? Yeah.
Okay, so it was kind of like a break for him as well.
It was like, I guess like a mental break, like to be like, I'm gonna just have fun with the song. Anyways, he came on and did like just that song. I love his verse on that song. And then after we did the music video with Echoes World, shout out Echoes World, he did the video, and again we had Architracks come from Miami, you know. It's just like, God, my husband, he just gets everyone and everything together. But I like definitely like, I wanted to show him other songs that I was working on, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna get on this one too, you know. And I was like, oh shit, that's awesome. Just like that. Yeah. So him, and then Recognized from Mayday. I don't know if they're signed to Tech 9 in Miami, or they were. I'm not sure if they are right now. But they then he got on, and they just swallowed me on my own song. So thanks, guys. Yeah. You know, just like thanks for the feature and for just squashing me. But no, it was a really good song, and that actually, you know, has been licensed and gets a lot of plays, and you know, just I'm so forever grateful.
Did you ever perform any of those songs with B Real?
No, I want to though. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. I want to.
Now walk us through the one you did with Little Rob. How did that come together?
So that one was actually before. Yeah, that one was before about that. And D Salas was the one. David Salas. Yes. Was the one that Dave Salas and me go back, like did like a whole album together back in 2009 that like just got released like on just CD Baby, and just anyways we go way back, and he put me in contact with Little Rob, and I called him and I was like, "Hi, is this Rob? This is Ceci B." And then like I just was not expecting for him to actually answer, and so I got caught off guard. And so he did, and I told him like, "I have this song, you know, I really would love for you to listen to it and see if it's something that." And he's like, "Okay, shoot it to me." So then I sent it to him. What he did to it was just everything, you know, like his verse, his energy, everything. He blessed the song. I'm so forever grateful for that. Then I asked him, I'm like, so one more thing. I was like, can we do a music video to it? You know? And I had no money. You know, I was in Miami, like just scraping. And I was like, I just put my money together, like with my manager. And I was like, let's just like do something. And you want to know something? It was 10 years ago to the date today. That's why I think it's so crazy that me and you have this interview today.
Wow.
Yeah. So 10 years ago, we were in LA, you know, Chino Grande came out, Baldacci came out, just like Also Vicious, like so many, Diamonique, so many people came out 10 years ago to the date. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because everybody that you mentioned is pretty much has been here. It's weird. Like we said, Echoes World, okay, Be Real. You mentioned, God, who was the other one? You mentioned Baldacci.
Oh yeah, Baldacci. That's my brother.
Yeah.
I guess I remember when he got out. We were in the studio and they're like, "We're gonna go drive to pick up." He had just gotten out from doing time, and they're like, "We're gonna go pick him up and we're gonna bring him back here and you're gonna meet him. He's a really dope artist. Like you know, he's gonna take Smooth Hustle. Like really, you know what I mean? Like it was just like I was like, who is this Baldacci? And then I met him, worked with him, and then have been working with him ever since. Actually, the music video that I did with him, I was 5 months pregnant. He didn't even know.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, this one is Cali grown. And I was like, growing something in my tummy right now.
Right.
Yeah, you know? Yeah.
That's
and then
dope.
when I told him after, he was like, "Bro, are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, the shirt was loose, right?" Like, that was funny. Good times.
Man, Diamonique was here.
Diamonique, yeah.
D Salas was here. Like a lot of the
There's
artists.
so many good people in the industry too. That's why like you just gotta like weed through them because all those people that you just mentioned, I'm just like, oh, like I'm so glad that our paths crossed, you know?
Yes, absolutely. I've been trying to get a little Rob here, but we talked maybe like 3 times, and then he just ended up every time he told me yes, and then when I finally saw him in person again, he just said, "I'm not gonna do no interviews," and I was like, "All right, cool, whatever, bro."
Oh man, come on, little Rob.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
When I did the music video, I was just like, okay, so the dressing room, it's my parents' house, and then him and my dad had a beer, hung out. Like he's really like down to earth, really like
Right.
almost so. Yeah, I hope he comes on here and like you guys chop it up, man. He's another one that I had listened to him since middle school. So for me to work with him was like mind blowing.
Right. Okay.
This was at the time, in middle school. I have a funny story about this. So it was like the cassettes and CDs back then. We already established that.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to San Diego as a family together. And at this point, I'm like maybe 12, 13, I don't know, like really young. And we're like, we're going to San Diego? I was like, Little Rob is from San Diego. I told my sister. So we like plotted. We're like, we're going to find Little Rob. So we're like, you know those family bicycles that are like 4 people? And
Right.
We were on there. I was like, girl, you better keep your eyes open because Little Rob could be anywhere.
Could be anywhere around
So we
here.
saw some pailones and then we were like, that has to be him. I'm like, Little Rob, you know? And my parents are like, will you guys just act normal, please? Like, just stop. You know? And like me and my sister, we were like, we are going to find him and tell him how much we love his music. And then, yeah. And then I told him that story at my parents' house. He's like, nuh-uh. Well, whoa.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
I know I already know your answer, but for the sake of the conversation, I have to ask you: Are you a fan? Are you a real fan of Chicano rap?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions, and then you tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, or the first person that comes to your mind. When I say women R&B, who's the first person that comes to your mind?
Women R&B, like just in general?
Yes, in general. Like, who's the first girl or the first woman that comes to your mind when you think of R&B music?
Mariah Carey.
Okay, Mariah Carey. Okay, say I say baseball. Who's the first person that comes to your mind?
Oh my God. ice cream because that's all I remember from baseball is like eating ice cream. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know baseball. I'm so
okay.
sorry.
What sport do you know? Or do you at all?
Okay, so basketball was
Basketball. Who's the first person that comes to your mind?
Kobe.
Okay, Kobe Bryant. Most people say Michael Jordan. Okay, but it's fine. You didn't get the wrong answer.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Say if I say boxing, who was the first person that comes to your mind?
I know where you're going with this.
But answer the question.
I know where you're going with this. Okay, but
you have to answer the question.
Okay, Ronda Rousey. Is she a boxer or a wrestler? Ronda Rousey, the bad one with the blonde hair and she's
by the way,
tough.
Well, by the way, she got knocked out in her last 2 fights.
Yeah, I know, but it's not about your last 2 fights.
No, I know.
It's not about the last 2 fights, bro.
It's all good. Okay.
You know?
So here I go.
Got me sweating up in here.
First person that comes to your mind, Chicano rap.
Okay, so Little Rob.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. So now, my question is this. Because for years, I've been doing this podcast a little bit over 3 years now. Mm-hmm. So I always ask people, who do you say is the face of Chicano rap? We're not saying king, who's the best.
No, please don't. Yeah.
We're not doing none of that.
Yeah.
Who is the face? Most people have said, I'll tell you who people have submitted. Little Rob.
Mr. Shadow.
No, he's not even, nobody's even submitted him. Oh. But they'll say Little Rob, they'll say Kid Frost, they'll say Frank V from Proper Dos. They said King Little G, and they've even said Toka from Brownside, and there was one other person, Conejo. Okay.
Yeah,
so they have said that those 6 people were the face.
Yeah.
And I can kind of agree.
Yeah.
So if I have to narrow it down, who would you say? Little Rob?
Yeah, but now that you said the other names, it's like, bro, like there's so many talents. And now I'm just like.
Well, I know, but I'm not saying that who's more talented. It's just like who is the first person that came to your mind.
The first person that came to my mind is my answer is Little Rob.
Okay.
But there are so many facets and layers to Chicano rap. I don't think, and I know you want it to be the brown sound. I already know that. Okay, and we can call it. I mean, can it be the beige sound? Like, cause like some of us over here need a tan, you know. But like, whatever you want to call it. But I just think that, giving credit where credit is due is kind of like, it's kind of.
I know, but we're not taking credit away. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
So that's it. No, the thing is that you don't have to be put in the hot seat. That's what it is.
I don't like controversy. Like, you know how you're like, oh, I like confrontation and controversy. Or you didn't say you like it, but you're not like opposed to it.
Right.
I am just like, let's all hang out together. Let's all be on the verse.
No, and look at it, and that's all good. That's all good.
Would you like to sing? You could do the hook. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just very like, and that is so annoying. I know that.
No, okay, like for an example, somebody sent me a song today.
I'm sweating, by the way.
It's okay. It's okay. I won't ask you no more of those questions.
No. You can ask me. That's fine.
Okay. Somebody sent me a song today and said, "Hey, man, I want to do a song like this. Mm-hmm. All these guys are rapping over this beat. Tell me what you think."
Yeah.
I told them the truth.
Oh no.
I told him the truth. I said the rapping's trash. The beat is cool. Uh-huh. And he says, "Oh man," he put a LOL. Yeah, I think so too. And I said, "Well, why didn't you just say that?" And he goes, well, because I really didn't want to go there. And I'm like, I'll say it.
Yeah, that's why you have the podcast. I think my podcast would just be like, tell me how you're feeling. How's your day going? What's your favorite color? No. I mean, it would be like, I would have good questions, but I wouldn't be like, okay, yeah, I mean.
Okay, like I'll give you another example.
Okay.
There are some rappers out there that have somewhat made it, and I don't understand. I think, okay, this guy's fucking trash, but
maybe TikTok blew them up.
Yeah, that
okay.
Or the desmadre that they did off stage.
Okay,
it got them controversy and blew their name up. So now they're known more for their desmadre than for their music.
Well, their desmadre is like her twerking. They're just trying to like.
I like
get you to listen to whatever they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, but as long as the desmadre, unfortunately, sometimes it leads to other things, and then
it's not good.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So
or
now
throwing your money in the club, and then there I am picking it up and like get caught, and like they're like, "Oh, Ceci B, pick some money from the floor." Yes, I do. If you're gonna throw it, I'm gonna pick it up. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I felt that way too. I went to a club in Atlanta called Magic City. It was either late 1991 or early 1992. And it was the first time that I ever heard about making it rain.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever saw
Like,
twerking.
I'm sorry, girl. Like, it will just drizzle around
Yeah.
here. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, in the twerking, these girls had it down to a science. And I'd never seen anything like that before. But I'm looking at money because the money's like this high.
Yeah.
And I'm like, people are walking like if it's snow and everything's and I'm like, wait a minute, bro, I could pick it up. And they're like, don't pick it up.
Don't pick it up.
Yeah, don't pick it up. I'm like, I know, but it's really close to my foot right there.
Yeah. yeah. But you're not the one twerking.
You know?
No, but them, they come with the sweeper. You know what
They
I'm saying?
do,
Like, they
yeah.
have people like come pick it up for them later
That's
on.
a lot
No,
of
this
freaking
is just
money.
like at a table, like, look at me, like, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
But like in that situation, if someone's working and then like I'm just sitting, I mean, maybe if one billete made it like under my shoe
Right.
correctly, then
could-
maybe I would keep it.
You could always pretend you tie your
Yeah,
shoe.
like I went
you
like
tie your
this
shoe.
and then I just slid it towards me, maybe. But like if you're working for it and I'm not, I'm just chilling here, entonces that's all you, sister. You know?
Okay. I had more Chicano questions, but
Okay, go with your
No,
Chicano questions.
because you're just gonna say I can't. No. I just kind of want to just ask you
I
something.
know, it's just the thing is that this is real water. You see what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Like,
right.
you know, like-
Okay. All right.
You can ask me your Chicano questions.
No. Okay. You know what? As far as your music is concerned, let's talk a little bit about your music. This year, we're June's about to end. We're about to enter July. Okay. Since the beginning of the year, what have you dropped? Let's talk about those.
Okay, so licensing stuff or like no, or
Just
just my-
whatever's out there right now that people can listen to that you dropped this year.
Okay, so as far as Ceci B, the artist,
Correct.
Mine, Chicana, Rosas, and July featuring Midget Loco, which I'm so excited that he's on it because we go way back. We did Sunday High again with Echo's World. Oh my god! And you know what? That was Echo's first music video ever.
Oh, okay.
Was that one? That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was his first music video, and it was a really cool experience.
You being Chicana, is that what inspired the song Chicana, or can you walk us through it, elaborate a little bit on it?
Okay, so I mean, I just felt like when I heard it, and I was like, I'm a 200% a baby. Like I just felt like really like chingona.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, babe? I think you made me a margarita that day, huh? Okay, yeah, bro. A little bit of sal y limon, yeah. No, that's so stereotypical. No, I just was listening to it and I was just like, this feels like I'm proud. And I was like, okay, I did Mexico, and you know, but really, like, according to my family, I'm not Mexican. I'm Chicana. I'm American. According to Americans, I'm Mexican. And then according to my hair, skin, and eyes, I'm nowhere in there. So I'm like, I am Chicana. That's what I am. You know what I mean? And just having so many positive people around also influence, you know, the music that you make. So like at this point, it's like Eva Longoria is doing like a movie, The Flamin' Hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she is such a proud Chicana. You know,
right?
She has Becky G singing the theme song. She is such a proud Chicana. You have Snow the Product killing the game. Such a proud Chicana, you know. And it just kind of made me feel like, yeah, chale ganas, you know. Like it just made me feel strong. And then also just I think just stepping back into Ceci B mode, you know, versus licensing. That it's just kind of like whatever project we're working on. I'm catering to that. And then, like, let me just talk my shit, you know? And I have my studio, so I can talk my shit. Okay. And so I did, and I really liked it.
So the song comes out. What's the feedback you're getting?
Okay, so I get people that are like, yeah, yo soy Chicana, you know? And then, but you got to remember, I've been out for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's not like that it's just, like, overflowing. But the people that have listened to it, I've gotten good feedback from it. I've gotten better feedback from July and from Rosas.
Okay.
So far. I mean, the number, I'll get the numbers. I mean, I guess I should look at that more often, the numbers. I look at it for my licensing stuff, but I don't look at it for my Ceci B stuff because my ego is wrapped up in Ceci B, you know? And like in the licensing, you just feel like a separate artist. Like you're just like doing a job, you know?
Right.
So I think July so far is winning, and then next would be Rosas, and then I think third is Chicana. But I still had a really good time making it.
Okay, so Chicana and then Rosas came out, correct? Can
Yeah.
you walk us through Rosas? Elaborate a little bit on that.
I love Rosas. So Rosas is like it's just about like triumph and like letdowns and just kind of realizing that every rose has its thorn. Like it comes with it. Cada rosa tiene su espina, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So in everything that we do and everything that we do in life, there's always going to be like that thing que no te gusta mucho or like makes you uncomfortable, like Chicano rap questions and stuff, you know what I mean? No, but like, you know, there's going to be things that happen. And I guess it was my way of kind of getting closure to a lot of things that had happened to me. And like in the verse, so I'm just going to say the verse. How's it go? Can I say the verse?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. It's like something like, oh my gosh, I want to say the exact line and then I'm blanking out. How does my verse start on that? On Rosas.
You have to ask him.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think of the one line that is like, okay. So it's like I didn't make it in the way that I thought I would make it. When I was younger and I envisioned my life, I knew that it had family in it, and I knew that it had, a lot of different types of music, but I didn't envision not being as successful. Like I had a bigger picture in mind as far as music and success. Right. But then life happens. Thorns are placed in your way, you know, and like the stair top with the stairs, you know, taking the long way there. And you kind of have to roll with the punches and just say, okay, this is where I'm at today. And either way, like I'm winning because I wouldn't change what I have right this moment for anything. Like for the life that I thought I wanted, and that I thought I was going to have. Yeah. What I have now, I wouldn't touch it, you know, but can I have a little bit of that so that this could be more like of a balance? I mean, that illusion of balance, you know, of like self and family and work and play, that illusion of balance. Like, can I establish more of that? Yes. So Rosas came from that. Rosas came from really like digging deep and being vulnerable, you know, and being like, okay, like things didn't work out the way I thought they were going to, but that's okay. You know? Too. Right. And like, but it took me a long time to be okay with it. You know what I mean? To be like, okay. And then like shift the way I interact with music and the way that I work with music. And that's where my whole career with music licensing and like, and just being in the background, you know, being more like writing the songs, singing them, and then having someone else run with them, or ghost writing, you know, writing something, getting a little bit of cash, and then you run with it. But mostly is just getting placements, you know, getting jingles, getting like my relationship with music has changed where it's not first anymore, you know? Okay. Oh, okay. It's not first anymore. My family is first.
As it should.
My family and God, you know?
As it should, yes. Yeah. Okay, so now your next single just dropped, if I'm correct?
Yeah, on the 23rd. So I've been doing this like little cheesy thing, like every 23rd, because it's the year 23. It's been almost 2 decades it's been 1 decade since Mexico. So I'm just like every 23rd of the month, I'm just putting out a song.
Okay, so on the what's today's date?
28th.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't even know, but okay. So you dropped it on the 23rd. How's that song going?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
That one's doing good.
Is there a video for that yet?
No, but me and Midget have talked about it and everything, and I guess that also comes with just getting back in and like being like, "Hey guys, what's up? It's been a few years."
Yeah.
You know, like want to do a video. You know, it's gonna take some time for me to like get readjusted and talk to people, and for me, it's exciting. Right. You know, but maybe for them, it's like, oh, hey, what's up? You know? Yeah. But for me, it's exciting. Yeah. So everything I'm looking at, like, new, you know?
Who directs your videos? Like, who comes up with these ideas?
We do. Like, I do. Okay. And the director, of course, obviously has his input. And then if there's an artist, then I'll converse with the artist. Like, hey, like, you know, what do you see when you hear this song? But really, and also, what does the budget allow? Yeah. Like, let's be real right now, okay? Yeah. Like if you're like, I see, you know, a private plane, you know, like, and then I'm just like, bro, we're not looking at the same picture right now.
Right.
So you like just be realistic and look at it in a different way, you know, than it can be, and then just work with what you have. Work with what you have and what you can until you can work with more. You know, definitely. You know, what's crazy is Mexico was the smallest budget. It was just there was no budget. It was just so like, just you know, so basic. And it got so much love, so much traction, so many views.
Yeah.
So many people came out. And then another song that I won't mention because I don't want to be rude, like we put a lot of money into it. And it didn't get, I mean, it did its thing, but it didn't do what it said it was going to do. You know? So it was like sometimes you just don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know.
You
like,
don't know.
what do you guys want? What do you want? No.
Yeah, no, it's true, you know, and many times, like, I've talked to a lot of, like, multi-platinum producers, and they've asked me, do you know how to make a hit? They've asked me this, okay? And I've said, let me think about it. In my mind, I'm saying, let me think about that first. And I said, no, I can put together something that I think is going to be a hit. He goes, you think? And I go, yeah. So, no, I do not know how to put a hit. I go, I could get the right ingredients. They cut me off and said, but ultimately, Tony, talking about the people, they're going to tell you what the hit is. And it's very true. Because we can do a song together, and me and you can say, this is the next summer anthem, and nobody cares.
Yeah. And they're like, this is our year, homie. It's like, oh my God, it's been our year for the last 3.
Yeah. Well,
or like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you get what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Like you in your mind can hype it up. It's like, but then it's just like sometimes you don't know what people want, and then you see other people that just like it just seems, even though I know that it's not like overnight, or like I know that it's not.
Right.
It's like, you know, your favorite rapper could be 10 years in the making. You know, it's like, but you see that other people like a song. You're like, I would have never expected that song to like blow up. And then it just does.
I say that all the time.
But I'm just like, well, good for them. Because like now we're in the age where you can really monetize off of that.
Right,
So,
you know what?
Good for you.
It's true. I say good for you, but with confusion.
Yeah.
But with confusion.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like that, just like that.
Good for you.
Good for you. Okay.
And I'm like, good for you, I guess.
that worked. You
That
know?
worked. And I've been over here like really trying like for years.
That's what I'm talking about. That part right there.
You know what's so crazy? Okay, so we had on the Connect, we had Compton Menace on one of the songs. He literally just rapped and would like keep rapping, and I'm like, did you like do you write? Like, what are you doing right now? This is the way that he worked. He would rap a little bit, and then he'd be like, okay, play it back, and he'd listen to it, and then he'd rap, keep going, play it back. I'm like, oh no, I need my notepad. I need my notepad. Is there a car anywhere that I can go into?
Right,
is there gonna be alone for a little bit?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just so different, you know.
It is. Have you ever done any features with somebody that you regretted?
I regret
Like,
it?
you know what? I wish I wouldn't have done that with that song. Let me give you an example. Okay.
I regret it. Like that I wouldn't do it if I went back.
Yeah. If we let me give you an example while you're thinking. Okay, it was a guy. This was 1999. I had a banger. You know, I don't know if it was gonna blow up or not. Never came out, but we thought it was a
That was
fucking
your year.
banger.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, we got to get Homeboy in here. Got in contact with them. Yeah. Some motherfucker showed up. I'm not gonna lie to you. The session was at 12 o'clock. Didn't show till 9. Okay.
12 o'clock. Okay.
In the afternoon, he didn't show till 9.
Okay.
Then he shows up with like 12 people entourage.
Oh,
Okay. Then he doesn't want to
much
rap until he
social
starts smoking
anxiety.
weed.
Okay.
He wants a little bit of liquor. He's already knocking out and hasn't even wrote the song yet. He finally wrote the song and it sounded like he was talking. And I had him do it over and over and over and over to try to get the best out of him.
Working.
And he just finally told me, man, what the fuck you doing, dog? It sounds good. And I was like, no, it doesn't. You know, maybe if you wouldn't have smoked, maybe if you wouldn't, I got into it with him and we just left it there. And I told the artist, you know what, I'm going to take this motherfucker off.
Those things can ruin it because honestly, like you have to, it's a very fine line between I'm going to have a glass of wine and be really happy to like damn, you know, like,
Right.
like now I had 2 or 3 and now I'm not feeling so alert.
Right,
And so,
right.
so, you know, you guys be careful with that. Artistic flow, yes. Like sometimes maybe you need to take the edge off. Okay, great. Do you, but just watch yourself because then you're going to sound like, unless that's your style. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe that's your style.
Maybe that's where mumble rap came from.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So now, 2023, July forward, what can we expect from Ceci B?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so every 23rd, like I said, I'm gonna be putting out a song
So for the rest of
for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've been working and I have, you know, quite a few songs done, and I have another one with Chino Grande. I have one that I'm gonna get Baldacci on. He doesn't know it yet. Yeah, but I was like, bro, you're gonna be on this song. So yeah, so he's gonna be on that one, and then just, you know, to see who wants to work, collab, put out music. It's not like I'm gonna be really real with you. It's not like, this is not the 19-year-old that is like with the illusion, like, I hope I get discovered. Like, I hope people discover me. I hope people listen to it and love it.
Because you love doing it. You love doing
I
it.
love doing it. But I really also love having like a personal life. So like, I love having my life and my personal, and I don't post, you know, personal stuff on, really personal stuff on, and that there's only going to be a certain level of success that I'm going to reach. And I know that with Ceci B. Now, as far as the other stuff, that's where, for me, I feel very confident, and like the music building is what I feel confident in. Going out and performing every night and doing this and that, like, there's so many other artists that could do that for you guys. Or twerking, there's so many other artists that could do that. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many other people that can do that. But for me, it's just like music building. Like music building, relationship building, actual relationships, like where like you can see yourself actually enjoying the person's company, or, you know, being cordial with the family, you know, having our kids play, you know, like just more, I don't know. I think it's also the last 3 years, like what it's done to, it's made it so that you know how important it is to have that connection. Like I did the Connect in 2015, but I don't think I really understood the Connect until I was disconnected, you know?
Okay. Okay. So on the 23rd of every month, we can expect a new single, possibly visuals as well, or?
Yeah, I'll give you guys visuals. I mean, like, yeah, they may not be like the high budget, whatever, but I'll give you guys something.
The $1 million videos.
No. I'm sorry, guys. If you're gonna feature and expect like the same kind of, no.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
But it's gonna be dope.
2 more questions. If you can work with any artist to do a song with, whether he's alive or deceased, who would it be? Give me 1 female and 1 male.
No, I'm gonna give you 2 females.
Okay.
Snow the Product and Becky G.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah. I gotta give people their roses. You know?
Okay. What about males?
Males?
Whether
Not
they're
sure, no.
alive or deceased.
Let's see. Oh, I would like to circle back around and see if Lupillo Rivera would want to do a song.
Okay.
Yeah, circle back around like maybe like a banda song. Let's see who else. I mean, I already told you like the one that I was really like Little Rob. Be real, like I really like I feel like I need to work with more girls, and then also I need to maybe work with like someone that's gonna maybe like Lupillo Rivera. I would say Lupillo Rivera.
Okay. That'll work. Here's what we're gonna do, Alice. We're gonna go ahead and put the I'm gonna connect with you guys. Put the number up, and if anybody wants to call in and ask Ceci B any questions, you can call in. Okay, pertaining to music. Okay, pertaining to music. Okay, good. All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay, I'm good. Let's go. Okay, is the number up? Yep. Okay, everybody, we got a few minutes. If you guys want to call in, and don't forget, once again, tomorrow at 12 p.m. lunchtime, conversation with Marvelous. I'll post a flyer up in the morning, so make sure that you guys definitely check that out. We're going to go ahead and try something different tomorrow. But if you guys want to call in and ask her anything pertaining to a feature, because I know in the community on the YouTube, a lot of you guys started asking questions. I didn't want to address the question I wanted you guys to call in and ask her yourself. Call back. Let's put these on.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
So, my bro, if you want another beer, you can help yourself, okay? Okay. If you could help him out with that, Norbert? Okay. Call her your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? It's me, Ivan. I'm just calling from Stockton, California.
What's up, my brother from Stockton? How
Hi.
you doing?
What's going on, brother? Man, I just wanted to say God bless both of you.
Thank you. You too.
I was just gonna, I just wanted to ask Tony. I made it to the show late, but I wanted to ask Tony when he was going to have David Rocha back on.
Oh, you know what? I talk to David Rocha maybe once or twice a month. Whenever he's available, because, you know, the times that he can make it is on Sunday, but that's also the day that he's preaching. So he has to leave immediately after church service. But I'll tell you what, I'll work on that, bro.
Yeah, man. You know, I always enjoy hearing seeing David Rocha and Marvelous. And them two individuals, man, always, they're always an encouragement, Tony.
All good, man. You know what? Tomorrow I'm going to have Marvelous at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So tune in for that one, bro.
Yeah, you as well. You as well, sir. You know, you got a lot of wisdom and encouragement to give, man. So God bless you and the other young lady on the show tonight.
Yes,
you
sir.
guys have a blessed evening.
Thank you. You too.
You too, my bro. Okay, you guys, with all due respect, I want you guys to call in and ask her some questions. How was it like working with so-and-so or whatnot, and what can you expect? Call her your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? Hey, this is Eddie. I'm calling from Yuma County, Arizona.
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
What up?
Hey, how's it going, my friend? Nothing much. Just right here kicking back, you know, enjoying some good television and stuff, but checking out your show. You know, I'm enjoying your show, and I'm enjoying that. How do you say, Ceci B?
Yeah, Ceci B. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Ceci B, it should be Sexy B, girl.
Thank you.
You're hot. You know, you got it going on. You make you rock my song all day long.
Oh,
You know what I
thanks.
mean? We got it like that. You know, we're 145 like that. You know, my name is Eddie. I got to rock steady tonight. You know, girlfriend, I love you under the lights. Bye. Because
Okay.
you're my Wayne woman out of control. Huh?
Thank you. It's
All good.
hot in here.
But yeah, my bad. Let me freestyle. Hold on, girl. I'm about done this little love song. Don't get me wrong. I'm sprung on high on love. I want you like the stars up above. I'm hot like the sun. My raps weigh a ton. I want to feel the outcome, but like crumb for kingdom come. Massive hysteria. I want to seduce you like I'm seducing Princess Valeria up in your area.
All good. That was hot.
that one?
Like Yuma, Arizona.
Thank you so much. For
Hey,
that.
Hey, bro, like, I'm familiar with the area of Tony, and I used to go to school out there in Banning and Carson, and it's pretty chill out there. Remember, the weather must be nice out there, huh?
Hell yeah, bro. It's beautiful right now, homie.
Yeah, it'd be on some shit, like, it'd be over here, like, in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be, like, cool, like, and it gets, like, in the midtime during the day, but then it cools off in the nighttime. I don't know if you're a band with it, but it's pretty cool if you're pass by. But yeah, Tony, man, I love your show, man, and what's up, Tony? Can I show you some love, too?
Can you what?
Can I show you some love, too?
Absolutely. Go for it, bro. Spit a freestyle, homie.
All right. Hell yeah. This is the homie Tony A. You know he's the number one contender today. He's the best DJ. From Wilmington, I'll say. I got love for him. I got love for the homie. Because, you know, he's going to give me a love like a Stony, a bro. He's like the Shaolin show. I wish I was working with him, but I'm out here in the desert stereo. God damn it, I'm not a pro. But I wish I was like, oh, y'all, I'm the show.
Oh my
wish I
gosh,
was in the
I
Tony A
freaking
show.
love you. That is so cool.
Hell yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
All good, my brother. Thank you,
Okay,
Carnal.
stay positive, keep doing your thing. And you know what? It doesn't matter if you're out in the desert. Record your
Thank
music,
you.
put it out.
Absolutely.
Thank you, girl. Thank you, Tony.
All right, brother. You stay blessed, homie. Gracias. Okay, let's keep it pushing. If you guys like it, put a bunch of fires. If you guys don't like it, throw tomatoes. Okay. So
El chacal. No.
they're throwing tomatoes.
No, come on. Not even the love rap? No, nothing?
Call her your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up? Tony A. Can you hear me?
Barely, bro. Put your mouth to the phone, bro.
How's that?
All good, homie. How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. Hey,
What's up?
What's up, Ceci? What's up, Ceci B? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from San Clemente.
Oh, nice. That's really close to me.
All good.
I love San Clemente.
Yeah.
You got a question, my bro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ceci B. What was it like doing the song with the other D? Be Real.
Oh man. It was like I had to pinch myself moment because it was just somebody that was super talented that I looked up to, that like you just never think that you're gonna be with as high hopes as you have for yourself. You're not sure if you're ever gonna be in the same room with someone like that, and that was amazing.
Yeah, that's the jam. Just
Thank
keep
you.
it up, you know, like.
Thank
Like
you
I
so
heard
much.
you say something like, I heard, on another topic, I'll make it quick. But you said something like you didn't reach the success that you thought you might have.
Mm-hmm.
But success isn't based on, dollars or how many
Amen.
people know you. You know,
Amen.
it's it's the people that love you that matter. So.
I know, and you guys that do love me, man, you guys love me hard. You guys show me so much love. I'm so grateful for you guys. And you are 100% right on that. You too. And
You too.
do what you want to do and stay
Keep up the
positive.
great work.
All good, my brother. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Tony Montana.
Yeah. Thank you, my bro. Okay, come on. Let's get these calls in. That dude had a funny ass laugh, though, but I thank you, caller.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
And he said something nice, too.
No, of course.
You know?
Yes. Okay.
And
Caller,
you know I like that.
Yes. Caller, your name, or where are you calling from?
It's the homie Kike from the city of Escondido.
What's up, Kike? How you doing?
What's up?
What's up, big dog? What's up, Ceci B? Quick question, girl. You said you worked with Wicked Minds back in the day?
Yes, back in the day. Rest in peace before he passed. I got to work with him.
Yeah, rest in peace to Big Rec. Do you still keep in touch with either Baby Wicked or Chino Grande?
Chino Grande, he's actually going to be on the project. We've been back and forth talking about what song we're going to do together. Baby Wicked, I don't have contact with her, but I'm open. What's up, Baby Wicked? You wanna chat? Yeah. So I mean, basically, he did something really dope back in the day, and we worked on a few songs, and we have some that are not released yet. And I don't know, maybe with his family's blessing, then we can share that with the world.
Yeah, hell yeah, that'd be dope.
Right?
So they're the ones that have the sorry to cut you off. They're the ones that have the rights to his music.
Yeah, his like his family members. I think it's like his widow and his two kids that I know of. And but I mean, like I said, we recorded some more music, and I would definitely need their blessing to put it out to the world, because I don't know how they feel about that. So we would need to see, and if I had their blessing, then I would put it out. And hey, you know what? We all pay respect,
Yeah, feel me. Well,
yeah.
Thank you for your time, and I wish you must your career continue doing your thing, bro.
You know what? I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good one.
And you too. Take care.
Thank you, my
Thank
bro.
you so much for taking the time to call in.
All right, callers, let's keep it pushing. Let's see who's going to be next. If you guys have got a question for Ceci B, once again, call her and ask her anything pertaining to music. Okay, so let's keep it pushing. Here we go. Caller, your name or where are you calling from? Caller.
Hello.
Yo.
Hi.
I can hear you.
Oh, hello, it's Flaco from Montes. What's going on?
What's good, my bro?
Hello.
Hello. I just want to ask the lady. She wants to go out on a taco date.
Okay. Well, let me see. Like a family, like get together, like maybe your wife and my husband.
No. Look, this is how it's gonna go. We're gonna go to Islos. Right, we start off in Whittier. We start off eating some tacos al pastor. Then from there we go to some lengua. Then at the end of the day, you know what? We'll try some cabeza.
This guy got jokes.
I'm a little busy, but thank you so much for the offer.
All good.
Bye.
All right. Well, all right.
Next time, yeah, next time.
Hey, if you ask Norby, I'm sure he'll go. All right, my bro. Thank you.
Tacos sound good, though. You know,
Yeah, sound good.
Yeah.
My guy Norby's he likes tacos de cabeza. So, okay, let's go. Caller, your name or where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up? This is Rafa from Pomona.
What's up, my bro?
What's up?
Hey, good. Now I just been watching the show for a week.
Oh, nice.
So I was watching you guys on live and stuff. I was just wondering, there's a question for Ceci B, right?
Yes. Hi.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Hi. I was just wondering if you ever did things for like children of the cages, like for Raza, like protesting and stuff like that.
My the way that I spoke up in that time was, and you can listen back to it. It's the song called Changes. And
Changes, okay.
Yeah, Changes. And it's basically like talking about like, this is for our kids, whose kids, your kids, my kids. Like it addresses and it has more of the political things that I usually don't talk about. But at that time, I felt the need to speak up for whoever was listening out there. So that was my way. I did not go, and actually protest or picket or anything out in the streets. At that time, I wrote the song, like I said, and it was really hard because at that time, do you remember the same year, Vanessa, like she was in the military and she, got killed.
Yeah.
Okay. So that happened. And then, there was also then Kobe the same year died. And then it was like a bunch of stuff. So I tried to incorporate it and like pay respect through music,
Mm-hmm.
but me going out there, I did not. And that's the honest truth.
Right. Well, at least you did that because a lot of other people didn't do anything.
Yeah. I mean,
and I felt like it was our chance to like do something, at least say
For
something.
sure.
And a lot of artists didn't do it. And we kind of got mad about that because, we were rolling with the Brown Berets and you know who they are. Whatever,
Yeah.
I was just wondering.
Even if, no, that's okay. And I appreciate the question. I appreciate you calling in. Even, when J-Lo did the halftime and she had that very symbolic, like she had the kids that were not in a cage, but they had like iron, like around. Okay. So for me, that kind of like, she said something without necessarily saying something. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
It was like un respeto. Le puso como like some attention to it. So everyone shows their personal touch to the situation differently. But at that moment, and keep in mind, like I had never ever said anything political before that. And that was my first time. And that took a lot of courage for me, like to speak up and actually say something, like what I was feeling. And now listening to that song, like I get into tears when I listen to it because I remember recording it. And when you record a song and you listen to it over and over and you're writing it and you mix it and you do the visuals to it and stuff like that. And I remember like looking up visuals like for like my gente working and the babies and just as a mom, I was a new mom at that time, like just being like, oh my God,
Okay.
So at that time,
So
that
felt
felt
your way.
I did it my way. I did it my way. And I hope that people understand
that's
that.
Cool. I respect that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tony. Thank you.
You got it, my bro.
Have a good one.
Okay, let's keep it pushing over here. Let's see. Got a couple of more minutes. Let's see. What the hell happened right here? All right. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, who's going to be the next caller? Come on, guys. We got a couple more minutes. Don't be shy. Let's go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Smokey Double D calling from Colorado. What's up, Cecy B?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. What's up, Tony?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I have a question, Cecy.
¿Qué pasó?
How was it like, and how was it like to work with Recognize from Mayday? And also, how did you come upon that? Was it the producer from Miami?
Yes. So it was the producer from Miami, Architrax. He had a studio in Tech Nine's building. Like Tech Nine had like Mayday Studios. And so we met that way and just like through the halls and stuff like, hey, what's up? Like just chopping up. I didn't know that he was going to kill me on my own song or else I would, no, but,
you better recognize,
you better recognize. Yeah. No, but he definitely did his thing. I was blown away, but yeah, just kind of just crossing the halls, like the way you would like at work, just saying hi, and connecting with people. Very, very natural.
No, to be honest, you guys all killed it. Be real, Cecy,
thank you.
You killed it.
Thank you.
Recognize killed it.
Thank you. I
You
appreciate that.
Keep it up. You guys got some really good music. Really enjoyed the collaboration you did with Little Rob.
Thank you. That's love. I really appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem. Hey, Tony.
Yes, sir.
Man, that'd be a good person to look out on getting on your podcast. Little Rob, Recognize, Mayday. Some good stuff right there. If you haven't checked it out, check it out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, homie. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, what part of Colorado are you from?
Oh, man, I've been on your podcast for a while. I've called in a couple times. I'm from a little tiny town called Lamar, Colorado.
Okay.
Southeastern Colorado.
Oh, good,
right,
brother.
kind of by the Kansas border. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for calling in, brother. I appreciate you, homie.
Thank you.
Okay, he hung up. All right, we're going to take one more phone call. Who's going to be the last caller? Whoever calls last gets a free blow-up doll of me. Okay. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Caller.
My name is Anthony.
Hi, Anthony.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Ceci B, and hi, Tony.
Hi. How are you?
I wanted to start off by saying that Ceci B is that girl, and she's one of my favorite Chicano rappers.
Thank you.
Because she's very genuine, very authentic. Her music is like no other female rapper. In addition to Miss Sansa's music, but she and the sounds and the latest music called July is also really cool. And
that's so
I'm a
much
little nervous,
love.
but I just wanted to share that. And I'm just really excited and happy that she's back because the music was kind of still for a while, and it's really cool to see a lot of like the originals come back into the scene after taking a break, a hiatus, because these are the artists that I personally like identify to, and the style and the music. And to have Ceci B on the show with Tony is pretty cool because I never imagined that, so it's like a pretty cool thing for all other fans who really like Ceci B and like the show, the podcast. So
thank you
I
so
do
much.
have a question. So
yeah,
Ceci B, so one of the questions I have for you is for your new project that you're working on or you're working to get put together. Is there any that you can tell us who it is that you're working with, like collaborations in addition to Mente Loco and anyone else that we fans can expect?
Okay, so Chino Grande, Baldacci, and who else? As they come along, I'll let you guys know. Like, I'm barely starting to reach back out to everybody and be like, hey, want to play? So as they come up, I'll let you guys know. And I have a lot of songs by myself too. And yeah, I'm just grateful that there's a few of you that really care. Thank you.
Yeah, so welcome back, and please never leave us because we missed you, and your music, you know, those bops that you have on, you know, that's out there on the world for the world to hear. It's what kept us going through, you know, especially during COVID, right? And even now, like, and before COVID. So,
thank you.
What the previous caller said, like the song with B-Real, About That, and Swerve, and all, you know, All I Do Is Work, all those hits.
Thank you.
Those are like, you know, classics that will always be, you know, sound good anytime you play them. And I just wanted to say that I've introduced a lot of your music to my friends who don't really know about Chicano rap or Mexican rap or hip hop, you know, like Latino rap, all those different names. Yeah, I've introduced it to friends and they really like the sounds, and they're like, I'm like, you guys should like check her out. And so I'm over here trying to spread the movement, support the movement.
That's
just being
awesome. Can we
being natural about it?
Hey, do you, man, like, do you follow me and like slide in my DM? Say what's up to me, okay? Like, I want to keep in contact with you. I really appreciate you, and I want to send you some music and like, you know what I mean? And like, just send it to you first before I put it out. I'm gonna send over some things to you that I've been working on that I'm gonna put out. You know how I'm putting out things on the 23rd. But man, I appreciate you. What's your name again?
My name is Anthony.
Anthony, thank you so much.
Okay, and then lastly, I know that this is something that I've been like dreaming of or hoping. I know maybe you may remember this or not, but I know that you also worked with like other artists, like, you know, like Down, aka Kilo, and maybe even Nikki Diaz.
Yes.
I'm wondering if there's something in the works with working
oh
with
my
all
gosh,
those, like artists like before.
Do you know, I was thinking about Nikki Diaz the other day because she's about to have her 4th baby, and I was just so happy for her and sent her a message. That's somebody who like I would love to get on a song with. She's my girl. Like, we go way back, and she's, you know, she has a similar story to mine where, you know, things have been not so easy, you know, and she's always been like a really positive person and just really nice, and she's a mom, and yeah. So you know what? I'm going to reach out to Nikki. Nikki, I don't know.
Awesome. Please make it happen. And I just wanted to say thank you for taking my call, Tony. And
it's
a pretty
Thank
exciting
you.
experience. I never thought that you would accept the call. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much, Anthony. You just made my whole day.
Oh, good. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you, Ceci.
Thank
you,
you.
guys. Have a good night. Thank
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Alex, make sure our tags are up on the screen so that people can follow her.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's do that. Okay, that was the last call. So let me go ahead and get out of this real quick.
Thank you guys for calling in. That was awesome.
Yes. Let me see.
Sometimes you like put things out there and you're like, hello. Is anyone out there? You know?
Yes.
Nice to
Okay,
hear.
here we go. We can take these off now. Okay, Ceci B, anything I didn't ask you, anything you want to share, anything you want to promote, anything you want to say before we give our shout outs?
No, well, I just want to say thank you for having me. You know,
You're very welcome.
I know that, you know, your time is valuable, so I appreciate that. And everyone tuning in, like, I appreciate you guys. You know, I try not to look that way, just try to like right here converse. And so, yeah, I mean, just check on your girl, you know, like I'm going to be putting out some music. And also, like, if there's, you know, any artist out there that needs to hear it, like, it's okay to leave for a while. It's okay to circle back to it. It's okay to give up sometimes. And as long as you pick yourself back up, like, it's not easy for artists. And I think we need to change our perception of artists. They're human, you know, like they're not, not everything slides off so easily off of people. Like, let's let them, like, you know what I mean? Like, share their music, be willing to listen to them, experiment with different sounds. And just, I'm excited to put out music. And I'm also excited to consume new music and artists and just anyone who needs to hear that today. Like, this is your, like, do it, but do register your things. Okay. Like, just register and do it the right way. You know, like, that's basically like what I do now is just like everything, just have it registered. There's a million ways for you to get paid as an artist. It's not just like, hey, like, I'm so awesome and I just did a big show. That's great. But there's also different ways for you guys to get paid as artists. So, like, just, you know, have your things, all your registry, everything done, and just take care of yourself. Take care of your business. Because this is a small business, you know?
Any shout outs?
Shout out to, of course, my manager, which is also my husband. We have a family-owned business for music licensing. Obviously, I think I've shared my passion with that enough. And then also Chavs, my producer, and my family. I love you guys. Hopefully you guys are not watching this, but if you are, what's up? You know what I mean? Because guys, it's different. It's two different people, like you walk over there, it's different than, how it is.
Yes.
And then, just shout out to all the artists that are trying to do their thing. Don't give up. Don't give up. Just do it. Imagine if J-Lo would have given up, if Snow the Product would have given up, if, any number of people that would affect Cypress Hill, if they would have given up, just keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. If one person is listening or if 2 million are listening, just do. Make your, or if you're not into any of this and you just want to be happy and get a job and get off at the same time and get paid on Friday, I am not mad at you. Just do you, be a good person, put good out there. And, I really truly believe that good things will come back to you.
All good. All good. I'm going to give my shout outs and then we're out of here. Once again, Ceci B, I want to thank you for coming through. Thank you for giving us such a dope interview. I want to thank all the callers, everybody on the live chat. I want to thank everybody who liked, comment, subscribe, shared. I want to thank everybody who disliked. It doesn't even matter. You guys still watched. Other than that, I also want to give a shout out to Alex Cervantes Enterprise. Also Norbert, News with Norbies. Also the Hip Hop Jedi, my son B-SKANLESS, Magic Girl, our moderator. I want once again everybody that tuned in tonight. And tomorrow, once again at noon, Conversation with Marvelous. We're going to try something new. When I say something new, a different time. That's what I'm saying. So if you guys didn't check out News with Norbies, definitely go check that out. If you guys didn't check out, our last interview that we had with our past guest, which was Maito, Marvelous. We just had so much good stuff. Definitely go check that out.
I have one last one.
Yes.
Sorry. Baker Boys. Thank you so much for showing me love before, with the song work. They showed it to I won some kind of thing, and they put it out on the radio stations, and that's how I got my first multiple spins. I guess they showed it to Steve Lobel at that time, and that was dope. So I can't forget that. Thank you, you guys.
All good, and they've been here too.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah. So all good. Baker Boys, much love. Other than that, thank you guys. See you guys tomorrow at noon. We out of here.
You got it.